Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. Howdy, partners. Welcome to another episode of Go West, our Pulp Cthulhu campaign. I am Simon at Wandering DM. I'll be playing Richard Whitaker, the Bear of Acadia. And potentially, well, we'll see what happens with a poor George, who's currently in a coma. We have a cool group of players with us today. Let's just go around the table and introduce ourselves, and we'll begin with our local merchant.
Hi, I'm Kelly, a Kelly Lane on Twitter, and I play Maisie Coldwater, who is the young woman who currently runs the general store in town, and who has apparently a new nemesis that rolled into town last week. And I'm very excited to see how that plays out this week.
Cool. Next up, we have our doctor.
Hey, Scott. I'm Berserker Rage on Twitter, and I'll be playing Dr. Drake Anders today, and the resident medical experts, aside from Dr. Benjamin Adams, but I think this doctor's better. I'm a little biased.
Definitely. And last but not least, our local priest.
Hi guys, today I'm going to be playing Father Boris Makarov in this super awesome, super weird western town.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's too much for a recap, so I'll just pass it on to the keeper.
Alright then, speaking of keeper, Deirdre, I am giving you the mic. Take us away into Four Corners.
Well, evening, y'all. Welcome back to Four Corners and the wonderful things that occur in New Mexico Territory in 1870. We had some interesting discussions occur last time. Apparently, there was conversation with a Dr. Benjamin Adams, who was apparently quite good at his job and healing folk and providing interesting information that he definitely learned for a book. Some other folk decided that they were slightly concerned about that and may have been putting their noses where they weren't supposed to be going, finding out all sorts of interesting things about Dr. Adams. The stage returned, and with it brought both the Dr. Anders, his dear sister Isabel, and her two children. By the way, their names are Lawrence and Cassandra. And also brought another woman, a new friend to Isabel, one Jeanette Lovelace, who's apparently the cousin of one Deputy George Brooke. Also, apparently not well liked by some folk in town. Don't know why that could be.
Jeez, she has such a lovely personality.
She is a lovely woman. Nothing wrong whatsoever.
I mean, she's quite pleasant to talk to. Y'all just need to talk to her some more, maybe. But we're going to wind the...
her teeth.
You might have some questions about that, but you're not 100% sure about everything she's saying to you. But we're going to wind the clock forward a little bit as everybody retired for the evening. Maisie to her apartment above the store. father to the church. Doctor, you return to your lodgings. And Mr. Whitaker, you return to the room that you rented above the saloon. Mrs. Lovelace takes another room, the other open room that's available. Remembering that there are only 4 rooms to rent above the saloon at the moment. But we're gonna start with Mr. Whitaker and a knock on your door.
Yep.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna open the door.
Standing at your door is Mrs. Genevieve Bradford. Good evening, Richard. You have a moment to talk? I have some things I need to discuss with you.
My room's a bit of a mess, but alright.
It's okay, darling. I'm not gonna judge anything.
He shot the
She's
bed.
gonna
No, I'm kidding. There's nothing.
I mean, it's your choice. It's your room. You just have to pay for that.
No. I figure, like, maybe, like, the bed isn't made and, like, his boots are lying on the floor. He's going wild because he's not on the wrench.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's fine, darling. It's fine. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. Full dark.
Oh.
Even the saloon is quiet.
Richard should be a bit more tired. Ma'am.
I'm real impressed with how well you've been working for me, Richard. You're such a kindness and a strength, what with things going as they have been. I want to ask you a small job for you.
Can't this wait until next morning?
Oh, no, it's not going to wait at all. Actually, I need your full attention, Richard, so, I need you to roll that powers check at disadvantage.
Well, that's one way to wake me up. Power at disadvantage. Green die, I think. Nope. That was supposed to be
other
black
one.
die. Success.
And you do. You are. Here's what's going to happen mechanically, and we'll go through what happens. Because you succeeded on the powers check, you will remember this conversation.
All right.
You are still incapable of disobeying her, but you will remember the conversation.
Versus that time when the time went missing and all that. Yep.
Exactly. That is.
Yes, ma'am.
I need you to take a little ride.
Where?
Fort Wingate in Gallup. And she kind of walks up next to you and just kind of puts her hand on your chest. I need you to pick something up for me, darling.
What?
And I know it's a small package. It's going to have my name on it. The last one I sent to try and get it, well, they, failed. You're not going to fail me, are you, Richard?
I don't fail, ma'am.
No, you don't. You're real good at your job and everything I've ever asked of you.
Yup.
So in the morning at first light, you're going to ride south to Gallup. And you're going to pick up that package for me.
Why didn't you come get me at first light then?
Well, I have some other business to attend to, and I don't like being seen frequently. And she just kind of, and Richard, darling. And she just kind of brushes your shoulder off and just kind of brushes around you. I know I can trust you to make sure that I won't have any problems getting what I asked for.
No, ma'am.
And if anyone gets in your way,
I'm gonna trample them with my horse.
I like that idea. Have yourself a good night, Richard.
Yeah,
I won't see you in the morning.
I have to go to Fort Wingate.
Exactly.
I'm just making sure I remember, because right now it seems like everything's a dream.
Well, you can dream about me all you want, Richard. I hope they're pleasant ones.
When I dream of you, ma'am, you're not giving me jobs to go riding everywhere, every which way to get packages.
Well, Richard, those dreams you might have to work your way up to. We'll see what happens. But right now, you're the best I can depend on. And I do depend on you, Richard. And she just kind of pats your chest. I do depend on you.
I know that. Good night, Bradford.
Have a nice evening, Richard.
Yeah.
She walks out the door.
She just probably hears Richard mumble like 2 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. It's quiet. Real quiet. It's still late and dark. The night continues on. And we're going to cut away to the doctor. I have a question, doctor.
Yes.
How many bedrooms does your apartment have?
It has but the one, and then a bed for a patient.
So your sister and her children have definitely taken your room.
That is correct.
And your night is spent in your bed usually for your patient. Is this the first time you've done this?
No, this is probably not the first time. Probably will not be the last.
As you start to dream and nod off, as you're retired for the evening, I need you to make me a powers check at -2.
-2. Okay. But then I did notice that you have strong-willed, so would that be at -1 instead of 2?
Yep.
Okay. And that is a fail.
As you nod off to sleep and start to dream, you start to see the desert and the road up the mountain. As you make your way further and further up this mountain, you see those burning torches in the darkness and stars above. Can you roll me a spot hidden, Doctor?
Success.
You see a figure standing between those two torches, beckoning you closer. You hear again the voice in your mind. Come to me. Open the door and come to me. And I need you to roll a sanity check.
Let's see. Success.
You lose 3 sanity, sir.
All right.
And you start to drift back off to sleep only to be suddenly awoken by a hammering on your door.
One moment. And I'll head over to the door and open the door. Yes.
It's early morning. The sun is just streaking into your face. Dawn rising up there. And you see Sheriff Covington standing on your doorstep.
Sheriff Covington, yes. May I be of service, sir?
Yes, I'm gonna need your assistance down at the jail. But we're gonna switch over. And we're gonna cut back and rewind the clock. Hey, George. You're unconscious. But you heard voices earlier.
Yep.
You look around. And all you see is water. Above you, around you. You see streaks of lightning swirling through the water, coming towards you. But something's not letting them close. I need you to make me a powers check. Straight.
Yes.
You do have an advantage.
Right now. George is going to use his advantage on that. And that's going to be a hard success.
You feel something in the water. And you hear hissing. Frustrated hissing. You've lived out west. You've lived here for a while now. Sounds like a rattler. An angry rattler. But you also hear a voice in the water, under the hissing, demanding you surrender.
I ain't gonna surrender anything.
Demanding you give in. Allow yourself to be taken. You hear a second voice coming from behind you, around you. You're not sure. You hear it. You know it's different than the voice that's hissing at you. It snorts with laughter. This one's mine. And he'll always be mine. You got to play with him for a little while, but I'm taking my toys back, and you don't get to have them anymore.
I beg to differ. I'm not a toy.
Roll me persuasion? Is that what it is in this campaign?
Persuade. I should have kept my advantage for that. Oh well, extreme success. Ooh, I get to check it.
You do. You did hear laughter. You hear loud laughter. Almost like that happy uncle who's just laughing at a small child who made them the silliest of jokes that has no bearing on reality. They messed up the punchline altogether. But it's...
Oh, they're pity laughing at me.
Oh, it's not even that. It's entertained by the small child. Not even pity laugh. This, I should be laughing with pity, but you tried, and I'm entertained by it. And you hear the voice again say, as this lightning streaks out around you, green lightning in the water. See? He's already mine. And I need you to roll me that sanity check.
Guys, George is gonna die in his sleep. Oh, hard success.
That's good. You only take 3 sanity loss.
George is dead.
From sanity
No,
loss?
I'm kidding. He still has quite a bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, he has half of what Richard has.
Well, that says something right there. And you feel this frustrated creature, it's hissing at you, go to shoot at you again with this lightning. And you hear this voice that's in your mind snort a laugh. And you see the lightning doesn't even get halfway anymore. It stops. And instead of swirling green lightning in the water, it just becomes cold, like normal water. And you hear the voice in your mind and around you say, "My turn. This one you can't have. And George,
What?
you should remember this next time you try and drink something that you don't know what it is, and you feel yourself shoved up out of the water. And you open your eyes,
I open my eyes for real.
staring at the ceiling of your bedroom.
I ain't going to the beach no more.
Roll me 2d8.
Yeah, sure. That's a 7.
You get 7 hit points back, plus 1 for the new day.
I'm almost back to full.
Reminder, everyone else, if you had lost hit points, you recover 1 per day, so take your 1 per day. And you open your eyes, and you see, seated close to the bed, resting his feet up on a stool in a chair that you know isn't yours and wasn't in this room, Sheriff Covington, with a folded piece of paper in his hand, looking at you. Awake, I see. Have yourself a good nap, George?
How long... how long has I been gone, Sheriff?
About 3 days. But I guess I should go get the doc to check on you. And then
Please do.
And then when I get back, we can have ourselves a little conversation.
I swear I don't know what happened to me. I just fell in a coma. I got burnt. I remember getting burnt. And I think George is gonna, like, touch his face. Like, is it like all scar tissue?
Well, it wasn't onto your face. It was mostly on up your neck, on your shoulder.
Okay,
on
up to
your
my...
arms.
Alright.
Yeah. And as you go to, like, press, you feel the bandages that are definitely still wrapped around your chest. They're almost tacky to your hand, like they've been soaked in something.
Mm-hmm.
Take it away and you smell it, and it smells like mint almost, but something else. He looks at you, goes, "We'll talk about that.
Sheriff.
Talk about what else has been going on in this town.
Yeah.
We're also going to talk about Jane Langley and you opening my mail."
I have no recollection of opening your mail, sir. I would like to remind you that you're talking to a wounded man in a bed. I'm very bare in front of you, Sheriff. Also, speaking of bare, did Mrs. Coldwater come by while I was out of commission?
You know, that might be a question to ask the doctor. And he goes, and I know you opened the mail, Richard, because I've got it in my hand and I took it from your pocket.
Richard appears in the room and says, "Yarp."
George, I know you opened it, George, because I have it in my hand and you took it from your pocket. And and you're gonna tell me everything I want to know about Jane Langley when I get back, right, George?
Oh, that Jane Langley. Yes, sir. I ain't nothing to hide.
And he walks out the door, and we wind the clock forward to the sheriff standing, knocking on the doctor's door. Doctor. Some sleeping beauty decided to wake up. Might want to come check on him.
George is awake?
Yep.
Yeah, let me gather my things. I'll be right there.
All right. I'll meet you there. Gotta check in on that idiot nephew of mine anyways.
Okay. And I'll rush off and grab my medical bag and a few things and head over to the jail.
Are you gonna get anybody else as you go?
Should probably gather Miss Coldwater and the father and let them know as well.
Okay.
So I'll rush up the street to the church and grab the father, and we can grab Maisie on our way down.
Father, where are you this morning as the doctor comes rushing in?
Probably just like tidying up. Like, opening up the windows, sweeping the floors, just casual like maintenance of the place.
As you open the doors and sweeping up, you see Miss Nellie Connors walking in, carrying a bunch of flowers. She goes, "Morning, Father. I'm just gonna change out some of these flowers. They're looking a little sad, and it'll probably be the last time I get to do that before I move down to Albuquerque."
You will be sorely missed around here. I will pray that your time there is bountiful.
You're just gonna miss my peach pie, aren't you, Father?
I think many people here will.
All right, well, you have yourself a pleasant day, Father. I'm just gonna straighten up some things around here. Good Lord, Hank, when was the last time somebody... Do you have some rags? Nobody's washed these windows in a full week, have they?
No, probably not. I have been very busy around the town of late. I fear I have let the place get dirty a little bit.
Well, I'll take care of that, Father. You just worry about saving people's souls and praying for that nice deputy boy. Also, did you hear they're actually going to have to ship that young Covington boy out to Santa Fe to stand trial? Apparently, the judge won't come up here.